What's good, Barca family? Thank you very much for tuning in once again into another Barcelona video. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video and checking out my YouTube channel. Before I get started, as usual, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you can see my future videos and upcoming highlights and everything like that, analysis and all those videos, so you guys can have an eye on my channel. And make sure you comment down below as well if you don't like something, or you didn't like something that you saw in the video or something that I said. Please leave it down in the comments below. And yeah, let's get straight into this transfer video. Now this video is pretty much it's a video just to explain what we could do for the summer when it comes to transfers, and you know, letting go of the dead wood and bringing in new talents. There's a lot we could do with the current players we have. Bartomeu has put Laporta in a mess. He has brought so many players, unnecessary players that we don't even need. But at the same time, we could be selling these players, and hopefully we can find them new clubs that they can go to, and we can raise some funds, obviously, to buy other players or have money to pay off the wages of the players, because as we all know, the players are all on hold currently when it comes to wages. So it would be good to be able to let some players go, reduce our wages as well, because it's very high right now. And yeah, so this is what this video is going to be about. And obviously another main reason I'm making this video is to see if we can actually raise enough funds so we can bring in Haaland. So the first player, as you guys can see, I honestly feel bad putting this player in this video because he hasn't really been able to show himself. Like, he did get I think he came in off the bench in the Champions League game, and he played a really good game. Like, he was actually pretty, you know, physical. He was energetic. He's only 22 years old. I mean, he was born in 1998, so he's only 22. He's 1.8 meters high. Like, the guy seems like a really good player. I just don't know why Koeman hasn't been using him. And I feel really bad for the guy, because you can see him in training sessions. He's always going hard. He always has a smile on his face, and you know, he's just the all-round top lad. But obviously, it's a transfer that Bartomeu made, another nonsense transfer that he made, and brought the player in. Now, this guy came in from Palmeiras, I think is how you say it. Palmeiras, is a Brazilian club. So Barcelona paid a total fee of 7 million. That's including all the variables and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, he didn't cost too much, but his market value isn't that great either, because he hasn't been featuring in a Barcelona jersey, as I just said before, and yeah, he just hasn't been able to do much to try and maybe gain Koeman's confidence. But you know what? It is what it is, as we say, and I feel bad for the player, but at the end of the day, he'll probably have to go, and his market value is currently at 2 million, which is pretty bad, because that means that we'll be losing money on him. But at the same time, we are paying him, and obviously when you get rid of a player and then you're reducing your wage for each week, so that kind of helps the club in some way, I guess. I mean, he probably doesn't get paid much regardless, but yeah. So he is actually one of the players that is on the transfer right now. Don't know if it's true or not, if it's rumors, but he has been listed up on the transfer market to be sold. So yeah, Matthias Fernandez, I mean, as I just said, I feel bad because he hasn't really been able to prove himself. And the one time he did come on, he actually seemed pretty like a pretty good player. But it is, you know, it is what it is, and yeah, best of luck to him. Next player, of course, will be Erling Pjanic. Pjanic came from Juventus. We all know, with the whole swap deal with Arthur Melo. We don't even know what Bartomeu was thinking. Apparently, it had something to do with dropping some wages or something. I'm not too sure what happened there. But yeah, it was a swap deal with Juventus, straight swap. And in the end, it was pretty much for financial reasons is why they did it. But I like Pjanic. Pjanic is a pretty decent player. But unfortunately, he is already 30 years old. And he hasn't really, once again, been able to get Koeman to just to show Koeman what he can do, and so that Koeman can boost him as well and put him on games and stuff like that. And another thing that didn't really help Pjanic was come out to the public and talk about how he's not getting enough game time. I think that slashed his minutes as well. And Koeman is the type of person that, if you got something to say it to my face. You don't need to go out in public and make a whole ruckus about it. So Pjanic is also another player that will be placed on the transfer market. His I believe his market value is around 30 million, which is pretty decent. But it's not good enough because we gave Arthur Milo in exchange for him. But I believe, Pjanic, very good player. Unfortunately, there's just no space for him, so he has to go. Next player, this might shock you guys a bit, but this is Clement Lenglet. This is a player that I really, 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 really like. A lot of Barcelona fans were just, criticizing him and saying that he gives away a lot of penalties and stuff like that. But it's just what happens when you criticize a player. This is why we say we've got to stick with every player. We did it to Ousmane Dembele. We've been doing it to Griezmann. We did it to Clement Lenglet. Even Malcolm, when Malcolm was with us, the Brazilian right winger, we were criticizing him so much. That puts the player under pressure, believe it or not. But that really, 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 really ruins a player. And their confidence goes down the drain. They can't even play anymore. They start doing some plays that just, it just ruins the whole mood of the team and mood of the club. And obviously, Lenglet, as we all know, he began giving away too many penalties. If it's not a penalty, it's a red card, and it was just causing Barcelona to suffer a lot. But as I said, Clement Lenglet has been having amazing couple of games recently with Barcelona picking up form, and he has been a really decent player. And I'm actually thinking of making a highlights video for Clement Lenglet against Real Sociedad. And he was actually a key player for us during that game. He did some amazing tackles. And yeah, he's just, I don't know. But he's also going to be on the transfer. If a good offer comes from any club, I don't think Laporta will hold back, and he'll probably let him go so he can switch him with Eric Garcia. Now, Clement Lenglet's transfer market stands at 25 million. We did pay 36 million for him. So that's not great, but it's not bad either, because he is still only 25 years old and he's got a lot of experience in his hands. But another thing is that wages, they need to be cut off. Laporta's going to come in and he's going to just wipe as much people as he can, because Bartomeu made so many mistakes when it came to players and giving out huge sums of money when it came to wages. And that was one of the reasons why Barcelona is in debt till this day. So Clement Lenglet is also another player I believe that will be on the transfer. And as I said, if a good offer comes along and a club that is interested in Clement Lenglet, I don't think Laporta will think twice about it, unfortunately, but it is the truth. Now, another player, I'm sure half of you guys will agree with me and another half will hate me for this, but Sergio Roberto. I used to like this player, but he hasn't really been that great, to be honest. He does play in the right back position, which isn't his position. His position is a central midfielder / right midfield. And both of these have been occupied greatly by Pedri. And obviously we got Griezmann now, we got Messi in the central. There's just not much this player can do in this current Barcelona player's form. Obviously we know Sergio Roberto is a fighter. He has been out injured a couple of times now, it's just a shame. But He is a La Masia player as well, so it hurts to let someone go that has been with the club for so long. But honestly speaking, another player that needs to go because of his wages, and he's 29 years old. Can you guys believe that? I remember saying like Sergio Roberto's name and thinking this guy's still 21 years old. Like, I don't know why, but I've always thought that this guy is still 21 years old because he still looks young, but he is 29 years old now. So we're better off just getting some cash if we can out of him. And obviously he needs game time as well. He's a footballer. Most footballers want game time. They don't want to be sitting on the bench. So it is what it is. Once again, the quote comes out, but we have to get rid of Sergio Roberto if we do want to raise funds and if we're really serious about slashing the wage for the club on a weekly basis. So Sergio Roberto is also another player that will be going on the market. His market value stands at 25 million. Once again, not too bad, not too great, but he is a player that we can get money out of 100%. Now, I don't know who would be interested in him, which clubs would actually be interested in him, but I'm sure there are a lot of clubs out there that would love to have Sergio Roberto in their midfield. So Sergio Roberto, also another player that I would get rid of. Now, this next one is a bit controversial. For me personally, I would not get rid of him, only because we don't really have a natural number 9, and even if we do get a number 9, we still need a backup number 9, which every other club has. You just cannot have one central forward. It doesn't make sense. You can't have one center forward and then, what if that center forward, you have your main center forward goes out. Now, unless we get rid of Martin Braithwaite, obviously, and we sign some number 9 that is like Sergio Aguero or something and have him on like really, really low wages, which isn't going to happen. And then obviously have Haaland as our main forward. But I believe Martin Braithwaite should not be on the market. He is a fighter once again. He's a guy that has showed a lot of spirit for this club. Every time he's come on, he's either assisted, he's either caused the defense so much trouble. His speed, he's physical. I mean, he's a great player. He scores goals. He is what a centre forward does. And he just hasn't been given minutes. And that's another thing. Koeman hasn't given him minutes, so he can't really prove himself. But every time, as I said, this player has come onto the field, he has made an impact. So currently, Martin Braithwaite's market value is sitting on 9 million. Obviously, we did get this player from Leganes during the season, which was a bit sad. Not gonna lie, just snatching a player from a club. But yeah, we paid a total of 18 million for this player. So having him sit at a current market value of 9 million is not great at all. But I believe if Barcelona really do want to get rid of him, they can, and there are many teams, many clubs out there that would love to have Martin Braithwaite as their number 9. So another player I personally wouldn't get rid of in the team. But once again, when it comes to wages, and it comes to like trying to raise funds for Haaland and everyone else trying to make money for the club, you just got to get rid of the deadwood. It is what it is, once again. But Martin Braithwaite will be on the list of the transfers too. Well, where do we go with this player? Amazing player, 2018. This was his strongest year. 17-18 was one of his strongest years with Barcelona. He was unstoppable until the injury obviously came along and ruined his career, which is what Ansu Fati is currently going through right now, and I hope he doesn't go through what Samuel Umtiti had to endure and go through. Now, Umtiti, obviously, we all know, he came from Lyon to Barcelona with a fee of 25 million. Now, this was back in 2016, which was huge. Paying 25 million is a lot for a defender, especially. But Umtiti, as I said, proved himself. He was a great addition to the club. He was a great defender. He understood everything. But obviously the injury has just hampered his success with Barcelona. Now his market value currently sits at 10 million. And if there is a club that I think would come for Umtiti, now this is going to probably sound a bit weird for most of you guys, but I think Everton would be interested in Umtiti. If it's either Everton or his old former club, Lyon. Now these two, I think, are the main candidates to actually come past and, you know, have a little chitty chat with Barcelona and see what they can come up with. But Umtiti also on the transfer list, and current market value is 10 million, as I said. So it's a shame. He's still 27. He's still a great player, but this injury is just causing him too much problems. And I don't think Barcelona want anything to do with a player that has injuries too much. So Umtiti, unfortunately, also another player, another victim of the transfer. Also, another player, guys, that I do not see making the next season squad with Barcelona is Carlos Alenia. Unfortunately, this player just never had the luck to fit into this team. Every time he was about to break in, there would be either a new talent, something that was just amazing, or there was just the midfield was too crowded for him to even have space to play. And it's really unfortunate because Alenia, I mean, he has been really, really good player. He's always performed to the full of his ability. He obviously is a central midfielder. So, I mean, we've got Coutinho there, we've got Griezmann there, we've got Pedri, we've got Frankie de Jong can play there. I mean, we've got just Ilash Moriba. We've got so many players there that, unfortunately, we will have to put Carlos Alenia on this transfer window as well. Now, his market value is at 15 million, which is also a good amount of money, I would say, for Barcelona to raise some more funds towards Haaland. But as I said, Carlos Alenia has always been a really great player, honestly, but he's just never had luck to break into the first squad fully and play every single game like he would if he wasn't. Obviously, right now he's with Getafe, he's playing great football there. But yeah, Carlos Alenia, another player, just won't make it into the squad for next season. Now, another player I really don't want sold. But unfortunately, we have to sell him. He's been just having such a bad luck with Barcelona, with all the injuries and everything like that. And unfortunately, he came in when Setien was there and Valverde, and it's just never really worked out for him. He came in to replace Iniesta, and for some reason they started using him as a Neymar replacement, and it just shattered his whole confidence in Barcelona. And then he obviously got loaned out to Bayern Munich, went there, won the Champions League, ironically, and then came back to us, and again, another injury, and he's still recovering. He's currently in Brazil. Just hasn't had the best time in Barcelona, and I feel so bad for Coutinho because it was his dream to play for Barcelona, and I feel so sad that Bartomeu just ruined this player's career. Just ruined it, absolutely ruined it. But he has to be another player that has to go on the transfer. Arsenal are very interested in him. If they cannot get Odegaard from Real Madrid, which I don't think they will, I think Arsenal will come knocking on Barcelona's door for Coutinho. Now, his market value is 40 million, but I believe Barcelona could easily get 50-60 million out of him. And I know that Arsenal are very, very, very interested in Coutinho, and Arteta he just loves him. So, yeah, it's a very, very high possibility we could see Coutinho back in the EPL. And obviously, Coutinho is another player that is on just like a buttload of money for a yearly wage. I believe he's around 15 million. Coutinho is 15 and Griezmann's around 20, 21. So offloading Coutinho, as sad as it sounds, it would benefit Barcelona's economy and obviously wages as well. Now this one is I don't think it will happen. Because Antoine Griezmann has been outperforming himself, not just recent games, but he has been really, really, really decisive for us this whole season. So, and another thing is, Antoine Griezmann is the only player in this whole transfer video that I've just put out for you guys right now. He's the only player that is the most expensive transfer. So he is sitting, his market value is sitting at 60 million. Obviously, we bought him from Atletico Madrid for 120 million, plus variables, which was around 130, I believe it was. But Griezmann, I don't think will be on the transfer, to be quite honest with you guys. Griezmann and Dembele are two players that are safe for next season. But anything can happen. You never know. Maybe PSG might come running back for Griezmann, because there was a time where PSG wanted Griezmann and they were willing to pay a good amount of money for him too. Just like they were willing to pay 80 million for Rakitic, and Barcelona ended up refusing it. So Griezmann is also another player that could possibly be on the way out in the summer transfer, but at the same time, I don't think it's possible, because he's been playing great football. He is still doing great work with Barcelona right now. He's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's being really vital in this Barcelona current form. And yeah, I just don't think Griezmann will be in it unless there is a tempting offer like PSG coming at us with a 90-80 million offer. I think Laporta won't give that up. But at the same time, Laporta, I think, loves Dembele, obviously, and I think he loves Griezmann too. If he keeps up this form, we could see Griezmann stay until maybe not until another 2-3 seasons, but I think he will be here for next season. So yeah, Griezmann, once again, don't think he will be going. I don't think he'll be going on his way out from Barcelona. But if a tempting offer comes and we just need couple more million, like maybe 50, 60, 70 more million to secure Haaland or any other player, maybe Laporta might be tempted. So that's what I think about Griezmann's transfer. So these are all the transfers. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys did, please leave a like. Let me know what players you guys would want out of the club, what players you guys think deserve another season, what players you guys think should be staying, and obviously like Dembele, someone like Dembele should be renewing his contract, and the president should be trying everything he can to get Dembele to sign those papers. Now, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Please leave a like, please comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to subscribe. As always guys, Vesca Barca, Vesca Catalonia, vamos!